I think I just stumbled across one of the darkest things that we have seen with the Epstein files, and I have tried to stay away from the dark stuff, but I came across a photo someone shared claiming that this was one of the most haunting images to emerge from the files, where you have a plastic surgeon doing a surgery on Epstein's Manhattan dining room table. And they act like that was the worst part of this photo. And something, when I'm looking at it, stood out to me. And it was what this girl is wearing. The shirt she's wearing reminded me of another photo that most everyone has seen. And it's Prince Andrew over top of this body that seems to be fairly responsive, but almost looks like, maybe they passed out. Maybe it was a party and they were drunk, or she was given something in her drink. Who knows the whole story here? But this picture went viral. And as I'm looking at it, looking for clues as to whether or not this is the same person, I found out that it actually is exactly the same person, and provably so. You just have to look at the details in the background. Look at the wall in the background of the photo, right here on the top left. You can see, I'm going to zoom in so you can see that right here. It's the exact same wall that you see with this surgeon. The claim is that this person was getting 35 stitches in their head from an ATV accident. 35 stitches. Surprised it wasn't 33, but 35 stitches in their head from an ATV accident. So if that's the case, they're saying she was flown here from the Virgin Islands. Why is she laying on the floor with a man over top of her if she's either about to or just had this surgery? And this is a significant figure in the so-called royal family here. And we've said before, the royals are in charge of a lot of dark things. They're the ones who created the evolution lie, the old earth lie, eugenics, all these things that bank off of one another. These people are doing some dark things. They're the same types of powers and people worshiping the same powers of darkness that our Father has been wiping out for his children. And they're going to be wiped out again really soon. But I just wanted to share this because you can see proof, not only the wall here in the background. Look at this leopard print pillow, and now look at this leopard print couch right here, and other leopard print objects in the room. It's the same room Prince Andrew was in. I don't know if anyone's ever covered this because I've tried to stay away from looking into the Epstein stuff too much, but I just had to share this because it's dark. It shows you who they are, and when they're being arrested and it seems like things are being done, which, Prince Andrew got arrested, it's not even for things like this. He was arrested because he was sharing financial information. That's what they're saying the reason was. And so these people do serve powers of darkness. They're in the same secret royal societies. Our Father tells us in Isaiah chapter 29, woe to them that take secret counsel. We know that it's dark things that they do. People like Benjamin Franklin, who we've said in those same types of societies, having bodies found under his house, in his garage, bodies of children, bodies of adults, different bodies found. They say it's because he just loved science and he approved of somebody he knew that was a friend to come in and bring bodies into his house and hide them. Yeah, sounds like a hero to me. And so these things are extremely dark. These are the ones who have been controlling our information. You have Robert Maxwell, father of Ghislaine Maxwell, being the co-owner of McGraw-Hill. Back when I started school, that's when that happened. And so you see so many dark things. Again, we've said this before, these people worship Baal. It's a type of Baal worship, and we're seeing them bombing Iran. Remember, Trump was wanting to rebuild the Triumphal Arch, the one that used to originally, that it's based on, connect to the Temple of Baal. And then you have the Iranians burning a statue of Baal on February 11th. And it's no coincidence that on February 28th, they were bombed. This was an act of war to them because that's who they serve at the highest of levels. These people still do. And we see what happens in the Bible to people who worship Baal. Our Father leaves his people, ones that are awake to this, the ones who know that this is not a true God. That's why our Father used Elijah to help carry out his justice of shutting up heaven so that it doesn't rain. They were sacrificing children for prosperity and all these different things. These unclean spirits can't shut up heaven. Our Father can. They were getting a judgment before they were put to the test. They had 450 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of the groves going against Elijah and the creator of heaven and earth. And all of them together, even though he was outnumbered, they lost. He took them down and slew them. But before he did, when they were trying to summon their deity that they know likes sacrifice, they were cutting themselves, which would eventually be their own punishment. And so we're seeing this stuff be repeated now, and it is urgent that people wake up. It's like the mystery of iniquity, whatever was stopping people from seeing this lawlessness, has been removed. We hear about that in Second Thessalonians chapter 2, I believe, and we're seeing that now. And so we have to wake up to this stuff. It's dark. We don't need people going around and pointing all these little clues out for those who aren't looking into it. It's right in front of our faces. So I wanted to share this before, all this stuff gets taken down, when they learn how to censor it even better with their AI that's already doing a good job of just putting out mindless content and filtering out the good stuff. And so I thank you guys for those of you who have been sharing this stuff, but I wanted to share this before, of course, it is completely hidden. These are the people we are up against, and the powers they serve have been deceiving mankind for generations. That's why we have this talks of Trump helping to be anointed to bring about Armageddon and people saying these things. If you don't read your Bibles, you won't understand why these people are doing what they're doing and how they really are playing a part into Armageddon, which we're told by John that it's the unclean spirits, like frogs, deceiving the kings of the earth to prepare people to battle against the Most High. Why would they be the good guys if it tells us the kings of the earth are being deceived? It doesn't say there's a good king that's out there fighting for his country and they help fight and win. No, the kings of the earth, plural, are the ones being deceived, and they're the ones helping prepare to battle against the Most High. They're going to lose, just like the prophets of Baal lost with Elijah. We're going to see that happen again very soon. And so be ready for that first resurrection, and get to know who the creator of heaven and earth is, and find out how much you've been lied to. There is so much they've lied about. It's not just evolution, it's lies that depend on other lies, lies like what we live on, who you are, our true history. These people have controlled it long enough. Put your trust in the one who has never lied to his people. He has kept his word. His prophecies always come true. They're still coming true. And it's time that we step away and get to know him, who he really is, not who the world tells us he is, not what mainstream religion and Christianity says about him. Actually get to know him, and it will change your life. So that's all I wanted to share. I know this is darker than usual, but I wanted to share it because it's something that I feel is significant and will help wake a lot of people up to how dark these powers are.